Hello. So today I'm working again on my Hauberk. Today I'm fitting the male hood. I've already attached some pieces. So now let's continue the work. So I needed to figure out which hood type I was going to use. It really depends on which way you want the fastening. I am going for the version of the hood which can be fastened at the back, so that way you'll use less material, making it lighter, and also it makes it more tight around the neck, which also makes it look very good. The downside with that system is that you cannot pull the hood back so you can relax. But as far as I know, you only wear a male Hauberk whenever you're under threat of getting stabbed, so comfort comes second. I am not using my rivets this time, as I have seemed to have lost the pliers. I've decided to start from the bottom up, not from the top down. I think it's easier with fitting it directly to the Hauberk. I'm only a few minutes in and I'm already feeling the mill effect, which is me completely losing my mind. The payoff makes it worth it though. So I'm now making my male hood in preparation for this Sunday. There's a small event at the castle Gemert. We're going to try to get some more goodwill from the owners, so its history will not be forgotten, as they are making a hotel out of it. And I had a dilemma between making the mill go over my hands or making the mill hood. And as the mill hood came first in history, in the 11th century, and the mill gloves only in the 12th, the choice was easy. Plus, it does look very good. The entire point of me expanding over here is, of course, to make it form better to the face, in this case the jaw. So my intention is to make this form a bit forward. That's why the expansion's over here, and that's why you've got a big triangle running over here. It's nice that the rings that I'm using are all rusted, so you can see exactly what I'm working on. Yes, the rust will be dealt with later on. That'll be done by my favorite thing in the world, linseed oil. It'll make it all shiny again, so nothing to worry about. We've got this opening over here at the back side. That's because this is where you're gonna lace your mail together. So because it's gonna be pulled tight over there, the front, it will form better to the neck and the face. There's a big advantage to not having to rivet it all together instantaneously. That's whenever you're making a mistake now, you don't have to ruin an entire ring or rivet. So now you don't care about taking risks that much, because, well, there aren't any. Okay, all dressed up. Now let's try it on. So, this is what it looks like right now. At the back you have, of course, where you put it all tight. So this will make sure that in the front it will form nicely to my chin, etc. over here. So what I need to do now is, of course, make it taller so it goes above my head. But in order to do that, I'm going to start with making another piece, and then that'll be attached to this part over here. So far not too bad. So here I am determining the middle, as I am going to put 2 of these pieces on there, and from here out I'll be working towards the front. I'm now starting to contract the row above, so it'll fit the shape of my head better. I'm not contracting too violently, as I'm only contracting every 4th or 3rd ring. I'm actually really glad that I have lost my rivet pliers, because now I am working at double the speed. It is very satisfying to contract upward, so you know that the next row will be less rings, so less effort, less trouble. It's a great feeling. And after having done that, I will move on to the top piece of the mill hood. It's never a bad idea to have some rings already riveted at the ready. I have added 2 expansions in the outer layer. Over here is one and over here is one. That's so the tension is off of the piece, else it would be like this. It would pull a curve, and the curve effect is very useful, but not in this instance. I want this as flat as possible.
Looking back to when we first met, I cannot stand and I cannot forget.
Here every 3rd ring will be contracting. Now adding some rings to protect my forehead, and then it'll be done. Alright, moment supreme. Right, so not too bad. In terms of movement, left to right is not very much, but up and down is pretty good. As I'm looking into the camera, I can see I need to lower this even a little bit more. So it's just adding rings from here to there, not that much of a problem. I can add some more rings over here so I can turn my head better. But in the meantime, I can still cosplay as Darth Vader with the amount of head movement I've got. Now I still have to fasten behind my neck, and then this will be pulled tight. And let's look at it with a helmet on top. Looking at myself in the camera, it's not too bad. Nice. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.